Hi, it's Benji on Benji 84.0. In this brief video, I'm going to ask the question, can women be red pill? Obviously, I'm red pill. This is a red pill channel. It's in the channel description. My banner and icon are both largely red. I've made it quite obvious. Right, spoiler alert, can women be red pill? No. Some women have their, not their own version of it. However, they can see things differently to the vast majority of women, which is the definition of the red pill. Seeing things differently, seeing through the matrix, if you like. And some women have their own version of that. And it's the women who see, right, whatever wave of feminism we're on now, fourth wave, fifth wave, doom wave feminism, right? They see it for what it is. These women, these smart women, they see how destructive it is, how it doesn't help anything. Now, there are women that see through it. They're not the majority, particularly in Western countries. Obviously, I'm in a Western country. I'm in Britain. That's where doom wave effinism, and I've coined that phrase there, doom wave effinism has wreaked havoc, right? Obviously, Britain, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Western Europe. I'm going to include Japan, South Korea. I know it's in China now. Now, China aren't a Western country, however, they are a fully developed country and they're a superpower. Okay, it's there as well. Not well, I've not been there. I get the impression it's not anywhere near as established as it is here in the West. Now, there are women that see through it. I've noticed that they are often women from other parts of the world, supposedly. However, there are women in the West that see through it and don't like it. They're in the extreme minority, though. Some of them choose to become trad wives. Now, I don't buy that wholeheartedly. I can see now trad wives are a thing in the USA. Now I can see that a lot of the time with those women, that's a front. Not all of them. Okay, I would have to judge that on a case by case basis. All right, there are trad wives. They are a real thing. I also think some of these women are fronting. All right, that again, all of you as gentlemen are going to have to figure that out for yourselves if you encounter one that you're thinking of potentially having a romantic relationship with. One of these women that portrays herself as a trad wife, you are going to have to judge whether it's genuine or not. I do think some of them exist. I know they exist. I also know, I know instinctively and based on my experience and based on observation that some of them are fronting, some of these so-called trad wives. However, I will say that in the West, there are some women in the extreme minority that have seen doomwave feminism for what it is, and how destructive it is and how it doesn't lead to happy, productive, romantic relationships between men and women. It doesn't. Okay, this isn't going to be a full-on rant against feminism. Okay, it's clear what I'm saying here and what I think of it. And some women in the West have seen through it and don't like it. They instinctively don't like it. They may well have thought it through and seen it for what it is. Now, as I say, they're in the extreme minority. Western women that see through it and don't go along with it. Okay, there are hardly any. There are almost none. I have noticed that some Eastern European women don't go along with it. Some of them do. There are lots of them here in Britain. It depends, again, case by case basis. Some of them don't like it. This version of feminism, a lot of them do go along with it, though. Don't just assume that all women from that part of the world aren't going to go along with it, because there are lots of them here in Britain, and a lot of them are effinists as well, raging effinists with bad attitudes. All right, not all of them though. And maybe when they're back home, they are less inclined because it's so established and prevalent here in Britain. I know it is in USA. I can see from watching other content. And I know Australia, New Zealand, Western Europe, Scandinavia. As I say, it's clearly in Japan. It's clearly in South Korea. I get the impression. I know it's in China now as well. I've heard South Africa as well. A woman's version of being red pill, a woman's version of seeing through the matrix, is to see through doomwave feminism, and reject it. Okay, that's the closest they can get to it. I said it before, a couple of years ago in a previous video that's not up now. I talked about this, not like this though, and not as well as this, or in as much detail. That I genuinely don't think women can be red pill. However, they can have their own version of it, see through their version of the matrix, and approach things differently. And I have time for those women, and I have respect for those women. There aren't loads of them, there are some. So those are my thoughts. So if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and give it a thumbs up. Share it with someone if you think they might get something from it. Subscribe, and when you do, ring the notification bell. Comment. This is Benji on Benji 84.0. Hasta pronto.